Good day, family. Today we're going to talk about Thanksgiving. Gobble, gobble, people. I think
Gobble gobble.
it's a eat up, it's a drink up, it's a bust down, and yet another reason to fete. Thanksgiving. Tune in as we tell you all about why we Thanksgiving.
Sac passe. You're listening to Unfiltered Liming with BLT. Every week, we will reflect on our journeys on trying to navigate between our parents' traditional culture versus American culture. We are your hosts, Bertide,
Lisa,
and Terry.
No one's talking, so let's get unfiltered.
All right, ladies. So, talk about Thanksgiving. Gobble, gobble. So let's hear the story because I know y'all have good stories.
I have no stories for you.
Shit.
I'm gonna need y'all to tell me what island in the Caribbean celebrate Thanksgiving. I'ma just need y'all to tell. Hey, I'm just asking a question. Anybody know? Tell me. Until we came to America, I mean that's what I'm just asking a valid question. So go ahead. That's my point of view right now.
Was that a question or a point?
No,
Exactly.
I'm just asking a question. Do you guys remember in the island, did y'all celebrate Thanksgiving? Did your family in the island celebrate Thanksgiving before coming to America?
No, they didn't. I don't think they knew what it was until they came here.
Didn't that dude Christopher Columbus or something?
You know,
I'm just wondering why that is. Why Black Islands, Caribbean island, don't celebrate Thanksgiving? I'm just asking.
No. It is like I said. It's an eat up. It's a reason for a eat up, a drink down, a bust down, a fete. That's all. Tie in with the food. That is what that's all about for us. That's it.
Oh,
That's
okay.
it. Plain and simple. But B, let me ask you this question, Lisa. Before we get to you, because I'm holding, ladies and gentlemen, Lisa. She gonna carry Anyway, we're gonna get back to this. But B, so when you did get here, what did you guys become a part of the, taking
American
on
culture?
the tradition of the Thanksgiving and stuff like that? Did you do that or no?
Yes, we did. Okay. I mean, because you don't go to school, so we did. But I feel like
you didn't go to school.
We did. You don't go to school Thanksgiving Day.
Oh, you meant the day. I thought you meant you came up here and you didn't go to school.
No, the day. The day.
Just checking.
Everybody's home. What I'm saying is everybody's home that day. So, us, our culture is whenever everybody's home, you're cooking anyway. So it was like, oh, okay, they're doing that. Okay, well, I guess we're going to get a turkey and do our thing and celebrate and have a good time.
Okay. Did y'all have like family come over and stuff like that? Did it get, instead of it just being, maybe your mother, your father, your sister, did more family come over and it was a big thing, or you just kept it simple?
So my father passed away when I was 15, so we didn't have, since I was 15, he was so we didn't do that. But my mom works in the restaurant business, so the restaurant that she worked at, they used to be open, like some restaurant would be open for those people, so we didn't really celebrate like that unless I went to like family's house or friend's house, you know what I'm saying? And they got to get together. But as far as our house, because we, she was just in that business, it wasn't really a big gathering at our place.
The hospitality.
We normally went to other people's places. Yeah, the hospitality work. So we went to other people's places and enjoyed with them and things like that. So, yeah.
So you don't have any fond memories? There's not a special Thanksgiving where something big, a big brouhaha, somebody was fighting, somebody was eating, nothing like that? I mean,
no, because like the people that I went to, like I remember because my mom was really into her church, so we went to with some of her church folks. So it's the same thing. Like I feel, and they were African Americans, and then they were Caucasian folks that we went to their house, and I feel like it's the same thing for both. It's like they cook, and then it was football. So, you know what I'm saying? After they ate, it was just like, the American tradition is to watch football on that day. So I feel like I really didn't have, you know what I mean? The Caribbean experience, I guess I would say. It was just like, I guess I had the American experience. You cook, you eat, you had a good time. And then it was like at a certain time, all the games are on. So then you're watching all the footballs, So I would say my Thanksgiving is more Americanized than I would say the Caribbean, if that makes sense.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay. All right. Well,
Lisa,
sitting down there.
Come on down. Huh?
Your Thanksgiving sound very tamed.
It was, but I can't wait because I feel like yours may not be.
No.
Tell us, Lisa. Come on down.
No, but you are correct, though. It is not traditionally a Caribbean holiday. But I mean, that's just an opportunity for us to get together and cut the hell up.
That is true.
Yes.
Yeah, we used to cut up. So basically I mean, we, of course, in the Bronx, sometimes everyone would come to the family's house in the Bronx, or sometimes we drive out to Long Island to my aunt's house. And then once we moved out to Long Island, it was rotating between the Bronx and Jersey. So my aunt lived in South Orange. So the house would be packed up there. Everybody, all the family from the Bronx and wherever else would drive out to Jersey. The house would be packed. And I think they used to rotate it every year. They used to rotate it. And then in the Bronx, my aunt and my uncle, I have two aunts, an uncle, and my cousin, they all live in this co-op. So we used to just go from floor to floor.
Oh, wow.
Food,
that's cool.
Music. I mean, you basically said we took over the building.
Right.
In the South Bronx. Yeah. It was packed. It was like you go from one apartment, like it's getting too hot in here. I'm going to go to this apartment. I'm going to go to the next floor. And it's funny because it's like, and then the kids will all be in one apartment. The adults will be in another apartment. The teenagers will be in another apartment. I know the other people in that building like, yo, they back. They back. And then, yes. And then when it be in Long Island, it's like, oh man, I just remember the dinner table being set up for like between 20 to 30 people. My aunts will come over, everybody be in the kitchen, all the uncles and the guys be downstairs in the basement and all the cousins be upstairs. Yeah. Music playing throughout the house and everything. And then once my parents retired, moved to Florida, then at that point, my brother and sister, and my aunt and uncle, we'd, go to Florida. And now my aunt lives down there also too. So they would rotate my mom and my dad for my aunt and my uncle. So we all fly down maybe a couple of days before. And then day before Thanksgiving or on Thanksgiving morning, we drive. It's a 2-hour drive either way. And basically, you pack up the car with the alcohol, the food, what other stuff, games, whatever you want to bring, get on the highway. There's been a few years that we've had to turn around because we forgot the alcohol. And keep in mind, it's a 2-hour drive. So we like at least 30 to 45 minutes in, like, yo, we forgot the alcohol. I think it's sitting in the driveway.
Why you couldn't buy it? So why you wait a minute? Why you couldn't buy the alcohol?
Nah.
Oh, this was a mixture. It was a concoction.
Because there's ginger beer in there. There's sorrel in there. There's, eggnog. There's, and then the wines. And then, then it's my dad. He's like, he got different wines. So, and my uncle would get some wines and they got to, taste test and see whose wine is better than the other wine. And then you got the rum too. You can't forget that because you eat your food with the wine, but then at night, then that's when the rum starts flowing. And then before dinner, you have to drink the beer. Yeah, you drink the beer before dinner, walking around the house, socializing. Then when you sit down to dinner, you have wine. Yeah, that's the warm up. And then after dinner, man, then that's when the libations really start.
That's when the Lego beans come out.
Yes. and then it's after dinner. It depends. It's either we're doing karaoke, or we're playing what's that game called? I forgot the name of it. Heads Up. Remember when Heads Up came out? And then we play Ludi. Y'all know what Ludi is? Okay, so Ludi is a Jamaican game.
Name. Oh, I was gonna say that's one of my cousin's names.
I'm sorry. No, that could be taken so many different ways, but I'm gonna leave that one alone. So it's a Jamaican game. It's a Jamaican board game, and it's called Ludi. So we'd either play that. Yeah, and then just cut up. And there's always music playing through the house. So that, always. But I remember one year in particular, it's always some kind of, what the word that B always uses is shenanigans. Something always pops off every holiday. So one holiday, you know how you have the extra table on the side with all the food on there and everybody gets up and gets their food? Turkeys on it, all the food. It's like a 6-foot long table. The legs gave out on that sucker.
Oh, shucks.
Food went sliding down. Yeah.
No. What y'all do?
Everybody froze like, yo, not the turkey. But listen, let me tell you. Somebody was in there working in that room that night because no exaggeration, that food slid down in slow motion and nothing hit the floor. Everything like just compacted on top of each other to the edge of the table because only one side of the table the legs gave out. So, and the other side the legs were still up. So the table just in slow motion. And plus I had a tablecloth on it. So I think that kind of helped it. But everybody was like, yo, the turkey.
That is funny.
Then there was another time after dinner, somebody done clogged up the toilet bowl. And
oh my God. Wait a minute. Lisa, is this before or after they ate?
This is after, because my aunt and uncle was getting ready to leave. So in the midst of everybody getting ready to leave, someone noticed my dad was in the bathroom plunging the toilet by himself. Like they just noticed. He like, oh, okay. So let's go in the bathroom and help him out. So then first my mom goes and she's talking to him. Then my brother comes in or whatever. Then my uncle comes in and their uncle's like, yo, maybe we should all help him out, plunge the toilet. And then everyone's got one hand on my dad's back helping to plunge the toilet. Then my sister came in there and then my aunt was out there and I was like, yo, how many people does it take to unplunge a toilet?
Yes, all of us. Come actually with this is how many West Indian thing. This is how we do that.
So then everyone is jammed up in this bathroom trying to help my dad plunge the toilet. Like, so now it's like comic relief at this point, right? My brother's like, Dad, let me do it. I got it. I can help you. My dad's like, no, he's steady, still plunging the shit,
Why don't you let me do this?
My man's trying to concentrate. Like, yo, I don't know why y'all interrupted me right now while I plunge this toilet. But meanwhile, all 6 people are in the bathroom while my man's trying to plunge the toilet. So then finally, we're like, all right, we're going to go. They're going to get out. My uncle was like, yo, we leaving.
I'm just as bad. Goodbye.
We're going. And somehow randomly, my mother goes, you got to push down and you got to push up. Everyone lost it. Because it was silence, and then she said that. And my dad gave her a look like, what the fuck? I'm 10 minutes into this, and now you're telling me how to unplunge the toilet? So,
oh my gosh.
Once she said that, everyone busted out laughing. There was a pregnant pause first, and then everyone busted out laughing. Then somehow, my brother's like, wait, so you got to push down and you got to push up. Yo, why did it turn into a song? Yo, they started busting out that shit into a song. Bust down, bust up.
Okay.
Bust down. Yo, it turned into...
Let me give you some instructions. I want you to push down on it, and then when you get a second, push up on this back again.
Push down, push up. Push down, push up. Hey, push down, push up. Hey, push down, hey, push down, hey.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is how Bacchanal start. Just all these little simple things. This is how it does start. So
that's the Lisa. Rum. At this point, that's the rum and everybody.
It must have been. Like, who knew? You go in the bathroom to plunge the toilet, it turned it into a song. Hit somewhere. So yeah, needless to
that's
say,
funny right there.
that turned into needless to say, my aunt and uncle was like, "Yo, we out." So that was yeah.
Did anybody take accountability?
Oh shit! You know what? Nobody did.
Wait a minute.
You know what? That's a very good question.
Wait a minute, B. Hold up. Who is going to come and say, "Oh, it was me. It was me"?
All that happened. I would want to know. Really?
That's a good question.
And up
That's
to
a
now,
very
of
good
course,
question.
that person would take this to the grave, because you know.
Yeah.
Yes. So that was that, and then. Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
But our Thanksgiving it's I feel like it's comical. We don't. Yeah, it's definitely not a Caribbean holiday, but it's definitely an opportunity for the family to get together and enjoy each other. And then also too, it's a big deal for my family because we're all spread apart. I'm in DC, sisters in Atlanta, my brother's in New York, my parents and my aunt are in Florida. So everybody's spread apart. So we really, really look forward to just getting together and just vibing. And then also too, it's memories for us because growing up in New York and Long Island, the family always got together. It was an excuse for family to get together. So it's not so much about the Thanksgiving holiday. It's just getting together, you know? And then another thing that my brother and my sister started a couple years ago, I don't even know how many years it is, maybe 8 or 9 years, we started as a joke. Because actually my sister and her boyfriend started this first. They got ugly sweaters. Remember Sears? They went to Sears.
Mm-hmm.
And took some ugly, cheesy pictures at Sears with the ugly sweater. So they started it. And then it turned into me and my sister doing it for Thanksgiving because we'd be there and we're bored. Like, okay, it's the day after Thanksgiving, what we're going to do. So we started doing that, get ugly sweaters. We went to JCPenney's, get our little coupons from our mothers, and go down there and take pictures. And then it just grew over the years. It grew. Like one year, my cousins came from London. They were in the picture with us. Every Friday after Thanksgiving, religiously, we take pictures at JCPenney's and send out Christmas cards. It has gotten to the point now where people will call me and be like, I did not get my Christmas card. I need my Christmas card. Yeah, we've been doing it for so long. And then every year, we did the ugly sweaters for years. And then I think just a couple years ago, we switched up, did pajamas one year. I think last year, the year before, we did flannel, like Dukes of Hazzard flannel. So this year, with this pandemic, I actually just sent a text today saying, like, how are we going to get creative with this? Because I feel like it's almost too easy to do a screenshot of a Zoom call. I feel like that's just too easy. And then in the past also too, in the past too, my sister, when her boyfriend wouldn't make it, she would crop him in. That was the other thing.
What about if y'all did selfies, Christmas selfies, and you can you how you say, like, put them together, like collage them together to make a card?
Maybe. Yeah, but I just sent it out today to figure out 5 ideas, so we'll see. But yeah, we got to do something creative.
Yeah, you got to. You got to think outside the box.
Do you guys watch football on Thanksgiving?
No, that's not our go-to. I mean, once in a while, it depends on who's playing. Like if the Giants are playing or something, yeah, we'll turn it on, but it's not like everybody sits down like we got to watch football. No, somebody might turn it on in the background and people are moving around doing stuff and it's just in the background, but nah, it's really just music, dancing, drinking, cutting up, toilet, you know.
That's funny. What about you, Terry?
That is an opportunity for everybody to get together. It's usually, most of the times, it's my mother's side, and because my grandmother had 10 kids. So that with the cousins and everything like that, the house is full. So, Uncle David, he comes over. Yeah, I'm naming names. So Uncle David comes over, and Uncle David, we call him Preacher Man. Yes. So he comes and he says the prayers. And Uncle Jeffrey comes and Gregory and they battle in. And if Aunt Cutie is there, she's from Canada. Oh my God. That's a whole nother something else. Aunt Cutie? Wait till all your Aunt Cutie, exactly. But it's a lot of us, and we have every age from babies to the elderly, and it's a lot of fun because there's a lot of, like Lisa said, it's a lot of drinking, it's laughing, it's food, it's all kind of stuff, and people just coming in and out, and even people who are not family, also friends stopping by, and they drinking up, and and music is playing and stuff like that. And then I have my father's side, if they do something, and that's Auntie Hyacinth. Everybody, she makes a big spread, but hers is more a little bit like she puts out the fine china, she does all of that, and everybody sit down together, that type of thing. Yeah, but people come in and out too, also, and she does a lot of cooking and prepping and stuff like that. So on both sides, there is a lot of food, family, fun, fatigue. Those are jokes. That's what we call jokes. In Trinidad, I call it jokes. We just have a good time.
So Terry, did you guys ever have any shenanigans or an episode?
Oh, I don't think we've ever had a shenanigans or episode. So it's just, I mean, besides if...
Really? So it's only in my house then?
Yeah, no, but if Aunt Cutie is here, trust me, something popping off. But and just let me put this disclaimer out: it's not just Auntie Cutie; it is her and Uncle Jeffrey and Gregory. Them three is the core, the start, or the bacchanal. Yes, they're the core bacchanal.
So I have a question for you ladies, because you mentioned your dad's side and then your mom's side. Did you have to split the time during the day? Like, let's say your dad's family did something and your mom, and I don't know about you too, Lisa, did you just have one collective one?
I'd have to decide which one.
Oh, you had to choose. Oh, okay.
Actually, once when we were in Long Island, sometimes my dad's sister would do something at her house. So after dinner, us kids would just drive. Well, actually, just me and my brother would just drive over there.
Okay, that's interesting. You know how it was decided that you would do one side over the other?
It's either my parents' house, my aunt, Auntie Erica, and then my dad's sisters. And it's kind of like they organize it, whose house is going to be at whose house for the year. So if it's going to be out in Jersey at Auntie Erica's house, everybody will go out there. But just once in a while, it wasn't often, once in a while, if we're in Long Island, for whatever reason, if everyone can't make it, my aunt, she would have something. Sometimes me and my brother would just go over there after dinner.
Okay, that's cool.
I guess my household is the only one that's having shenanigans.
Yeah, Lisa, it sounds like your house is the shenanigan house.
Yes. Oh yeah, when we get together, it's on and popping. But yeah, I look forward to it every year. This year is going to be a little bit different. With not flying anywhere, so we'll see what happens. But
do you guys have a tradition that you started besides just the cooking? Is there a tradition, like being grateful for anything? And in the spirit of the Thanksgiving, is there anything that you guys say that you're grateful for as a family, or that
What you mean? Like we say grace at the table?
Like, how people said, I'm grateful for this year. Not grace. You say grace? Lisa, I'm grateful for this year. People giving things.
We do that when we're getting ready to before everybody gets to eat. We stand around the table and we all hold hands and we all say after Uncle David is the last person to speak to take us home with a prayer. We go around the table and everybody says what they're grateful for. You can laugh. Okay. It's all right.
Isn't that part of the American culture?
You can laugh. Yeah, Uncle David is the one.
It is.
Oh. So that's part of the American culture. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in the Caribbean, we're not doing Thanksgiving. I mean, we thankful. What?
Lisa.
Oh my God. Listen,
Lisa,
ladies and gentlemen, Lisa has not been drinking. This is
what
Lisa.
you drinking over there?
This is Lisa all day,
What you drinking
every
over
day,
there,
okay?
Lisa?
Got milk.
You know something? Mm-mm. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is raw and unfiltered.
Nah.
This is what we're
I'm just
grateful for,
saying, you know,
people.
It's a what, Lisa? Let me
we're grateful for this podcast. No, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's not a Caribbean culture Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
So the American culture of Thanksgiving is, I could be wrong, but I feel like, you go around the table and say, what are you grateful for?
Right.
We say grace.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, this is raw and unfiltered. This is Lisa all day, every day. Live and direct coming to you.
But that's the thing too. Like if we don't celebrate, so let's say we come here and we learn, those are some things too. Like you could pick, I feel like with the Caribbean, we could pick and choose what we do with this holiday because it's not our tradition. So you know what I mean? So the good thing is it's flexible. Like, hey, you don't want to, you don't have to incorporate like the football. Do you at your Thanksgiving, Terry, do you guys watch football?
Right.
You know something? That is a good question. But by my mother, no. If it's Long Island by my aunt, then maybe the TV is on. But I think more so in Long Island than in New York, because I don't think they're watching that in New York.
Okay. Well, you heard it here, folks.
No.
Listen, Thanksgiving in the Caribbean does not happen, but in America, we have become adaptable.
B asked you a question, and then you just gave a long answer, and she was like, just say no. So I was like, no.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to go with that. Yeah, I'm going to take door number one.
Okay.
That's
door number
just like
2.
she asked me. That's why she just asked me, do we go around the table and say, you grateful? What you grateful for? I said, nah, we say grace. Next question.
We don't say what we're grateful, but we say grace. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the episode. So in the Caribbean, there's not a per se national, I guess, is it a national holiday like America has for Thanksgiving? Would establish that. But we also established we use the opportunity to bacchanal, bust up and eat, right, Terry?
Bust it down.
I think we got
exactly. It's a eat up. It's a drink up.
Push down.
Yes, it is a bacchanal.
All right.
So we're grateful for this podcast. We're grateful for you guys listening. Happy Thanksgiving. Shout out to all the families.
And everyone have a safe and healthy Thanksgiving. And may all your toilets be clear.
The Bacchanal Queens, and we are out.
À la prochaine, le peuple. Thank you for joining us this week on Unfiltered Limin with BLT. Check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and join our Facebook page at Unfiltered Limin with BLT. As always, subscribe to the show to catch every new episode and leave us a review so we can continue to bring you fresh, exciting content. See you next Thursday, same time, same station. Unfiltered Limin with BLT is edited and produced by Unfiltered Limin with BLT.